I'm sorry I've been away so long. I want to talk to you guys about that, but I'm running late for work. Per usual sometimes with me. So I've had a lot of really big stressors in my life, and I want to tell you guys a little bit about that more later. I'm one of those people that doesn't want to talk about everything until I'm kind of over it. I didn't want to spread any negativity or anything. So now that I finally have kind of worked through it, I think now would be a good time to talk to it. But I'm eating some really yummy food today. You guys know I meal prep, and so some of that will be easy, delicious stuff I can share with you. And then my husband and I will be having dinner tonight, and we'll just make something easy and quick. So I think today's a great day for that. For breakfast, I'm starting off with the same things in my last video, because I love these. My energy balls. I started using almond butter in these, so they are more paleo friendly. I know paleo, if you're strict paleo, you don't eat peanut butter. I don't tend to have a problem with peanut butter, so I do occasionally eat it, but I did change these to almond butter. So I guess the only thing in here, if you're strict paleo, might be that you don't eat oats, but I also eat non-GMO oats, but I do eat those because they don't bother me. It was nice when I was transitioning, so I still occasionally do that. They're delicious though. I'm going to head out for work this morning, and you guys get to see what I have for lunch, and we'll chat later. My pup has been acting pretty funny today, but I thought she might want to say hi to you guys. Do you want to say hi? Where are you going? Say hi. Ooh. Oh, thank you for the kisses. For lunch, I heated up some Thai chicken stew I made over the weekend. This is an awesome Danielle Walker recipe that you guys should totally check out. Her blog is called Against All Grain. So I originally had a totally different plan for dinner tonight, but then I got home and I felt like I needed some comfort food, so my husband is helping me make a paleo type mac and cheese. Yay. We grabbed some red lentil pasta out of the cupboard and got creative. This sauce has butternut squash, garlic, some nutritional yeast, coconut milk, all kinds of unique stuff that I'll have to type up the recipe because it turned out awesome.
Looks like mac and cheese.
Doesn't taste exactly like mac and cheese, but it's definitely unique and I want to make it again. So it's a few days later, but I thought it was important to talk to you guys about a couple of things. Stress. Shocker! Everyone has so much stress, and that's why we have so many issues. I think one of the biggest things that's also important with chronic health issues is reducing your stress. It's totally important to make sure you're eating well, but even if you're eating well, if you're super stressed, your food could not be digesting properly, more hormones being produced, and you're adding extra stress onto your body. My husband and I went through a couple very stressful situations the last couple months, one of which was a really ridiculous car situation where the motor blew and we were out of town, and it was just awful. So, while I do not have the answers or the keys to getting rid of stress in your life, because I don't think that is such a thing, I can tell you a couple of things I learned that I think will help you also. So the first thing is, make sure you take some time to process the situation. I was in complete denial when all of this happened, and that definitely made my health worse. I got sick after, and I had a lot of muscle pain. Even though I was eating really great. I think it's really important to process the situation. If it takes a little bit of time for you to accept it, that's fine, but you just have to keep working through it and feeling those emotions and knowing that eventually you're going to move on. Which comes to the next thing, which is accepting the situation. Then you get to the point where it is what it is, it happened, here's what I'm going to do about it, and now I'm just going to let it go. You have to let it go. And that is my biggest struggle in life. But once you do that, then you can move on to number 3, which would be self-care, which is so important. Because when you're in those other 2 stages, you can't really practice self-care in a way that's healing to your body. So once you accept the situation, you really have to, okay, now I really need to focus and tune in. What does my body need? And for me, my muscles were so tight. I had to go get a massage. I had to get adjusted by my chiropractor. I had to continue eating healthy and refocus how I was eating to make sure, was I getting enough vegetables? Because even though I wasn't eating processed junk, I still don't know that I was eating as many vegetables as I normally would. And sometimes too, that goes into mental health, a counselor, which I often see counselors. So that's huge too, but making sure that you get that self-care you need so then you can move on. So if you're feeling really stressed, think about these things, take those steps into consideration next time. Josie is one of my best stress busters, and having her steal this jar of almond butter from me, it was almost empty, but it was absolutely hilarious. I think she's turning into a health food nut. She never does this with peanut butter.